And what you're seeing here is me sticking a cloth down in this copper pipe, which is connected to the main water line. So I was putting some fittings and copper pipes together to get the setup ready for the water meter. Now, these videos, I just keep them regular. I don't do major editing on it. I just want to show you the process. So those out there who want to, try their hand at doing it themselves, they can have a little motivation to do it. So if you haven't been watching, this is my first time actually on this side of the real estate where I'm actually doing the physical work and rehabbing. So I wanted to do a project and renovate pretty much the whole place and learn a few things, and you guys follow along. Now I'm going to show you in this video how I put the whole setup together, to get ready to receive the water meter. So I get the water lines ran in the house and get everything connected up, the sink and a washer, water heater and things like that. Now what I'm doing right here is cleaning the copper and scraping it, so that way when I go to solder it, I can put the flux in there and it has something to hold on to. And also you want the copper cleaned so it can work better when you go to solder it. So what I'm doing here is adding flux into the pipe. So you have to put it in the inside of the female part of the pipe or the fitting, and also on the outside on the male part. So you can't see it here, but from the main water line, there's a lead pipe, and I have a 4 fitting on there. Then I have a copper screw-on female connector that's soldered to a piece of 3/4 inch copper pipe with a 3/4 inch 90-degree connector on it. Now, if you see in this video, you can see the 90-inch connector hanging out from the floor. So you're going to see me go through the whole process of how to put this setup together to get ready for the water meter. What you're also going to see in this video is, like I said, I'm just doing this the first time. It's actually my first time soldering, but all you have to do is just research, take your time, you'll get it. And that's what anything that has to do with the house. What you're going to see is there was water coming from the main water line. Even though it was shut off on the outside at this point, it's still water in the line. So it will come up a little bit, will rise up. And so at this point, there's a little water approaching right there where I'm soldering. And since this is my first time actually soldering and, just a new mistake, I end up having to take that out and redo it, because everything else that I soldered, was good how it's supposed to. But this part that you see me soldering now wasn't, because there's water approaching the pipe. So eventually what I had to do was take it out, take the 90 degrees in a small piece of copper pipe that I had soldered to the female screw-on connector, and then find or cut a longer copper pipe and solder it to a screw-on female copper connector, so I can connect it to the brass 4 fitting, which is connected to the lead pipe. So you're going to see one model of pretty much the finish set up, and it's going to be, right aligned with the wall. So I could just set up and put the copper straps that I was going to put on there. But then you're going to see that I had to redo it and make this pipe longer right here that I'm soldering. And then the setup didn't quite touch the basement wall, but I just added some copper straps on there, and they extend, a few inches, which I drilled through the masonry brick there in the basement wall, and put the screws in there. And so one thing I learned with working on the house, anything that you want to do, you can do it. It might take more time because there's a learning curve, but you can do it. So don't be afraid to just challenge yourself. Just make sure you do your research and double, triple check stuff before you do it, and you'll be fine. Whether it's running the gas lines or water lines or electrical, you could do it. And so throughout this process, you'll see me doing, various things, whether it's the electrical, the plumbing, the gas, vinyl, brick work, foundation work, whatever it may be. There's information out there. You can ask someone who knows for advice. You can Google, you can go to YouTube. And so there's really no excuse to just get out there and try. Also can save you some money and then give you some skills to where you can actually potentially make money. And so what you see right here is me putting on the inlet valve to get up for the setup for the water meter. So there's a certain way you have to do your setup to get ready for the water meter. And I'm just doing this as I go, learning as I go. Right here, I'm cutting pipe and just getting everything together for the setup that I got in my head. And then you'll see how it comes together. So this is my first time doing a setup for a water meter, or really any work like this, plumbing work or even soldering. And so you will see, any professionals will see and know that, this is probably my first or second rodeo, but, I got it done. I did what I needed to do. The water company came out the next day, and they it was the next day. Came out the next day, did the water pressure test. Everything was all good. And so, the same thing with the gas. I'll have to show you guys some examples of how to get the gas pipes and stuff like that. Right here, I'm deburring. That's called deburring. So when you cut copper pipe, you don't want any snags or anything in a pipe, or you don't want it to kind of flatten out on a part where you cut it at. You want it to be like, the end of the copper when you get it, when it's not cut. So you just gotta scrape the little thin pieces of copper out that flatten from the cutter, and you'll be good. Then you just want to clean it up, then put the flux on there. So right here, getting ready for takeoff. I did enough research, know how I should go about soldering, and just went and did it. You know, sometimes you got to take the leap of faith. Also, apologies about the plumber buck thing going on. Actually, before I decided to do this series for YouTube, I was just documenting for my own, documentary, just to show the process of what I was doing. So I just was recording it, had no intention on, putting on YouTube. But I just thought, like, all the stuff that I'm learning as I go, it might be helpful for somebody else who's trying to learn as they go, do it themselves. So I don't have the camera like close up, but you'll be able to get a gist of it, or you can zoom in or whatever. Now that blue stuff what I have right there, that is called pipe dope, and so you put that on like the screw on parts that are fitting, so it kind of like helps it slide on easier, and it helps seal it and like make it watertight. Or just say you could use it on gas pipes, black steel or whatever, and put it on a screw part of the fitting, and it'll help it screw on and make it airtight so the gas won't leak through. So it just helps seals it. And so yeah, I have to show you guys pictures of the work I did for the gas pipe. So this is way before I even had thoughts of even really documenting. I took pictures of it before and after the gas pipe, but in a later video I'll actually show you how to decide what length of black steel pipe you want, and how to put it together, and how to use Teflon tape or pipe dope on the screw-on parts of the pipe to to make it seal and make it airtight. Now this piece I just put on, so you have the inlet valve right there. Then you have the reducer on there connected to a coupler. Then connected to that pipe you see right there, that steel pipe, that's just the pipe, that's the same length of the water meter. So when a water meter come, that pipe will come off, and then the water meter can fit right in there. So now I got the one side, the inlet side of the water meter set up, and so now I'm going to get the outlet side together. So pretty much I'll just set it up, but going the opposite of how the inlet side was set up. So you'll go to the coupling, to the reducer, to the valve, which on that side will be the outlet valve. And then it'll be connected to a pipe. Then I'll put a copper PEX mill PEX fitting on the end of it, solder that on, so that way I can run the PEX pipe. So that's what I'm going to do with this, is run the PEX pipe. So that's what you see here, me setting up the water meter set up to go from copper to PEX. So anybody who's doing this, your main line might be copper, it might be lead. If your house is a certain year old, you'll probably know for sure if it's lead. The newer houses might have copper or something like that. Right here I'm talking to my son. He's on FaceTime. Put these few pieces together. Watch this. Can you hear me? Alright, so gotta put some flux on this pipe, this inner part. So when I do my welding, it'll pull it in there, that part. Then this part right here. So this is called soldering. You hear me? So you can solder wires together, you can solder pipes together. Okay. So this goes in here. Then inside of here. Then this goes around here. So I gotta get it in the inside. It's called flux, this white stuff. Gotta get this in here. The inside on both ends. Still there? You still there? Okay. Make sure it's not dirty. Almost got it together. Almost got it together. Okay. That goes in here. Okay. This goes outside of here. Gotta do these on all these little fittings so I can solder them together. Come on, you can do it. Alright, there we go. Got that in there. Now, 2 more pieces. This piece right here. Solder there. Solder right here. Outside of here. And Mace, can you see? Now, this door, and then so then the meter will go here. So this is just a pipe right here till we get the meter. So this is the inlet valve. That's the outlet valve. So I'm gonna have to brace this up on a wall. Initially, I had the pipe running all the way up to the wall, and then the 45 degree that had it coming up pretty much flush to the wall. Then I had these bracings that I was gonna connect them to the wall and screw them in. But I ran into an issue. I didn't know that water was in the line when I was soldering down here the first time. Right here the first time. So I had it initially like right here. So initially this 90 degree was right here. And I had this coming up to the wall, and then this coming up. But I had to change it out because there was water in the line and it didn't hold, so I had to redo this over and make it longer so I can beat it before the water can make it up. And I just kept the same length. You know, I could have cut another one, desoldered this and cut another one, made it like 2 inches longer. Desoldered it, I could have desoldered it right there, made it 2 inches longer. I gotta cut a pipe 2 inches longer. That'll run all the way to the wall and up. But anyway, as far as code, it has to be connected, strapped to the wall or the floor. And so this is about 4 or 5 inches off the wall. So what I'm gonna do is, see that? Help straighten up. We're gonna have some bracings. Straighten it up like that and put some bracings or straps or whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Have them pretty much like maybe one here, one here, maybe one there. It'll be like a strap, and then it'll screw in. But I'm going to move this over straight up, vertical, and then the water meter will be here. Have this up, and I'll have some straps connected to here. Either that, or I could put like, I don't know if I could put some wood here or build something up about this length, and some type of little frame, and then have it strapped into that. So whichever, you know, I can do whatever the best. Then right here, I can run my pecs. So a plumber told me, well, not a plumber, one of the guys at the hardware told me that you're supposed to have like 5 feet of copper coming off of the water meter. So this is like maybe 14, 15 inches, but I guess it should be like 5 feet. Then he said eventually they're going to be requiring 10 feet. But as far as the water department, you know, that's not what you know, what they asked of us. They didn't specify that. This is what the water department have, and yeah, it doesn't say anything like that. I don't even know if they was even sure we can do PEX, because they sent me the permits, then they sent me the building and safety. But anyway, just a quick recap of what happened. So, where we at? Initially, this was coming out the ground. Where we at? And so, okay, I knew it was copper. So then I got the fitteds and stuff. They come from 3/4. They come up to a 1/2 inch to the water meter. But then when I got down, dug down deep, this is what I found. This was attached like this to this, so I had to cut that. I put a 4 fitting on there, right there, to copper, a pipe dope. Then I soldered 90 degree, came up initially, then it's going to go to a 45 degree. Initially, I had it right on the wall where I could just strap them up. But anyway, there's the inlet valve, just the ground cord right here, the ground strap and the ground strap and the ground clamp. This is the reducer. This is the coupling. This is where the water meter goes. So pretty much. So I put this cardboard down here to see if any water will leak on it, because it's water in here. It's probably water up to here right now. This is usually where it come up to. And so just to see what have any leaks, because when I first put this 4 fitting on, I was getting little leaks that I was thinking that was a leak, but I wasn't for sure. But I think what was happening was the water was filling up here, and it was causing little driplets, and I couldn't see, and it would drip down here, then it would drip down there, and I was thinking it was dripping from the fitting. So now, this probably been like this 20-30 minutes, and water's for sure right here, and I don't see any leaks there. And so tomorrow, whenever the water company can come out, put the meter on, turn the water on, I can do a pressure test. Probably let it run through there for 15-20 minutes. Just turn this inlet valve off, and then turn this outlet valve off, or close them, what I mean. And then if this hole, maybe around 15-20 minutes, if this hole from the inlet valve, or from the main all the way to the inlet valve, that hole without leaking, I know that's good. Then I open that up and then let it run through to the outlet valve, and make sure I don't have any leaks here. And then I wouldn't know, then this wouldn't be an issue for me to change that or fix that if I needed to. But then, after I hook the PEX up and run the lines to, I'll probably just run it to the utility sink first, just to have something going. And then if I had no leaks, then I know I'd be good. But I'm just wondering, as far as code is just strapping it to the wall with like 5-inch bracings or strap, if that's good enough, or do I have to be almost touching the wall? I think that should be good enough, but we'll see.